Welcome back to my YouTube channel, friends. Welcome back. Missed you guys few days now. Missed you. The reason why I wasn't here doing video because of the weather, right? Because of the rain, and so now we are seeing sun again, and so we can be back outside again, right? So yes, welcome back again, friends. If you're hearing some noise in the background, I have to be talking loud because they are working on the road in the community, right? And that's a thumbs up, and that's a beautiful thing because we really need the road, right? The community need to look like a community, like a residential area, right? So we give thanks for them working on the road. All right, so yes, so the topic that I have for you this afternoon, right? The topic is love is not enough for a healthy marriage. Love is not enough for a healthy marriage. All right, so you don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this, right? And many of you say, what? Love is not enough. All right, but if you stay with me, we will go through it and you will see what I'm talking about. So don't go anywhere. Be right back. Yes, again, friends. Yes. Thanks for joining me back again. So as I said earlier, the topic is love is not enough for a healthy marriage, right? But let's, okay, love is very much important. Let me say this: love is very much important for a relationship, right? Love is very important for a marriage, because love is the pillar of a relationship, of the marriage, right? Love is what keeps everything together. All right, but love requires, all right, but it requires other skills. All right. And let me say, if you don't have enough, or if you don't have the skill set, right? If you don't have the skill set to navigate through this relationship, you're gonna have challenges, right? If you don't have the skill set to navigate through your relationship, you're gonna have challenges. So you must have some skill sets to go through and to have a healthy marriage. All right, so we are going to look on that, because of course I know you really want to hear right? You really want to hear. No, listen, even the Bible, right? Even the Bible says that wisdom is the principal thing, right? So get wisdom, and it says in all that get understanding. So you need all of that to deal with your marriage, your relationship. All right, so you have to have wisdom and principle, right, to navigate through your relationship, right? I hope you're writing down. So if you don't have a pen or a pencil or paper, get it and write down these things. All right, because it is very, very much important, right? So what is having skill set? What we are talking about now? Number one, what we are going to go into is the ability to communicate emotionally, or the ability to communicate emotion verbally and directly. Let me repeat it. The ability to communicate emotion by verbally and directly, right? Very important, because many of us, we really don't know how to communicate our emotion verbally and directly, right? And at times, you know, we are going through some things and we don't relate it immediately, right? We don't relate it immediately, and at times we are going through some little issue that we may see maybe about our spouse, you know, or something wasn't done properly, and you ignore from related to your spouse, and so you keep it, right? You keep it inside. You keep it inside until when another issue arrives, you now would want to lash out, or maybe, you know, your spouse may be doing something and maybe he or she didn't see the water maybe on the table or somewhere, and eat it over, and you are like, you blurt out, you're like, so you never see the water? I mean, you know, you just bounce it over like that, you didn't see the water. I mean, you act stupid, like, you know, you didn't see and these things, right? And it is not about the water, you know, but it is about something that had happened earlier or before, right? And you didn't say anything at the time, but now, because some other incident happened, you want to lash out on your partner. And these things happen, friends, and it will cause more problems, right? How you come out at your partner, right? How you come out at your spouse, when, you know, you could easily talk with each other and say, you know, what was bothering you before, than allowing it to stay and then relating it when another incident happened, right? It can cause you know, a serious emotion breakdown in your relationship. So if there is something that happened before, relate it to your partner. Say, don't wait until something has happened, then now you're going to relate it at that time when you could have dealt with it before, right? So these things need to take in check, friends. We need to take these things in check. How we relate verbally and directly to our partner, because at times we can utter things and you know, it's not sounding good, right? And so on. So we have to remember, friends, that remember, your spouse is your mirror, and if there is something, your spouse will be able to see it, even when you don't see it, or you know, accept that there is something wrong, because by your movements your spouse can see it, and your spouse know you and know when something is not up, something is up with you, or, you know when something is wrong. So remember that your spouse is the closest thing to you in your space that can tell when there is something right or when there is something wrong. So relate to each other, talk to each other, right? If there is something from the get-go, right away, talk about it, say something. Don't wait until when something, other incident happened, then you're going to relate it, right? So we have to know how to relate verbally and directly when something happened. All right, so the next one that we are going to be looking at is this. You have the ability to manage a full range of emotion, right, without acting destructively. Let me repeat that. You have to have ability to manage a full range of emotions without acting destructfully, right? Now let me explain, because there's gonna come a time where situation will arise, that will cause you at times not to feel happy, right? There are times things will come up, yes, in your relationship, in your marriage. There are times in your marriage that you will feel a way, you will feel like you're not happy, you know what I mean? Things will happen, at times things will happen and it will get us down, but and at times your spouse will feel, like he or she is not happy, but guess what? You have to do a job that you can maintain, knowing how to get through the situation, right? Because all of us at times we go through situation in our relationship, right? We go through situation in our marriage, and it's not all the time you're going to be up and happy at all times, right? It's not all the time you're going to, you know what I mean? So you have to have the ability to control those emotions, and then you have to learn to listen and to adjust, right? There are times you're going to have to learn to listen and how to adjust, properly, to control all that emotions. So you have to learn to listen to each other, right? You have to learn to listen to each other, and by listening to each other, it will help also to control all that range of emotions that you have, right? So you have to learn how to adjust, right? Because there are times things gonna be up, things gonna be down, but you have to learn how to adjust and navigate through all these different situations, right? So it's not all the time things going to be, all happy and all of that, but when things arrive, you have to know how to deal with them, right? Know how to navigate through them by learning how to adjust, right? Learning how to adjust. Now the final one that we will be looking at is that the ability to emotionally present for a loved one, even when you're unable to do the things that will fix his or her pain, right? So you have to have that ability, that emotional that will, able to help your loved one, in whatever he or she would have been going through, right? Now you have to remember that your partner is for life. Let me say that. Remember that you are with your partner for life, right? And sometimes you will be in different, place and different space, you know what I mean, and in different season of your marriage, right? You have to remember that, right? You have to remember that both of you will be in different place and in a different space, in your marriage, right? I mean, it is not all the time both of you are going to be happy at the same time. It would be great if both of you could be happy at the same time, right? But remember that both of you are still different individuals, right? Not because you are married and you become one, you are still different individuals, right? you're still different individuals, and both of you will go through different things, you know, in your marriage, right? Both of you, different space, you know, you're gonna have different you know, situations, different feelings, you know. So we have to remember that we are still different persons, right? Even though we are one in the marriage, but still different what? Mind. So we have to establish that. We have to establish that. We have to remember that you both are two different persons, right? So we have to remember that. So at times your partner will be going through something, and believe me, at times you don't even know what to do, or you know, or what to say to even get to help your partner to go through what he or she is going through, right? Remember, they both of you may be going through something, but it is not because of each other, right? Maybe something, you know, otherwise in his or her feelings or so, but sometimes only God alone can help for the person to get out of, you know, that feeling that he or she would be going through, right? But at times you're gonna say, well, you don't know what to do or what to say, but sometimes you can ask, you know. Sometimes you can ask, you know, if you see your partner going through a silent moment, going through something, you know, sometimes you can ask he or she, what can you do to help, you know, what can you say? You can ask, of course, you can ask, and you'll find to hear, you know, the answer. You can ask, right? Don't ignore or be silent as well, but you can ask your partner, what can you do to help? Right? What can you do to help? Sometimes your presence just needed, just be around, you know. Sometimes even a touch, you would be surprised, right? Sometimes even a touch, right, can work miracle. With me, I love to touch my wife. I believe I touch my wife 24/7 every day. If I'm passing, I have to slap her on her, you know, on her butt, you know. So, you know, sometimes even a touch, and when I do that, I mean, she would be like cracking up, her face light up, you know what I mean? So that helps. So she would maybe going through something that don't have anything to do with me, and I maybe don't know, but by just touching her and putting that smile on her face can push away whatever she was going through, you know. So we have to know all these emotion, friends. So love is just not always just enough just to say love, you know. It requires action, right? It requires action, right? So love is not just a feeling, right? And if you don't feel that way, feel love, you know, everything is popped down, or no. Love is not only feeling, but love is action. So emotions are very important to tap into how we relate to our spouse, right? Verbally and you know, it is very important, right? It is very important how we relate, right? So I said verbally and directly, right? So love is not a feeling, but it is deep, and how we deal with each other emotionally, right? And how we deal with each other in that way, right? By verbally and directly. So it is very important, friends, that we check our emotions towards each other, and you know, when we do so, friends, we will have a beautiful relationship, right, with each other. So I hope that I was saying something, friends, that will benefit you and others. You know, you can share my video, share it with someone who need to hear these words of encouragement, because it is reality in this time, friends. when it comes on to marriage, relationship, and we all do need to learn and know all these emotions, all these things of how we relate verbally and indirectly, right? So friends, keep it breezy, and remember to like, subscribe and share, and hit that notification bell, friends. Hit that notification bell so whenever I post you will get my video. And remember friends, press like to encourage me. Alright, so share and share to reach everyone. Alright, so keep it breezy, and tomorrow is another day, and we will discuss something else that will uplift you, friends. Alright, so keep it breezy until we see each other again. Alright.